What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Let me adjust this just a bit. Okay. Alright. Body game. The key is to reach boiling point. Boiling point. And you know what? I talked about this before with a brother who came up with the name, the term boiling point. It was called The Boiling Point of Body Game with Shophar. A link for it is in the description box. And Shophar is he's one of my greatest students. I remember how he started off and where he went. Proof positive, you can go from non-select to select. Proof positive. And as much as I promote body game, you don't have to get big to do it. He's still on the slim side and get plenty of women. But he popped those veins. He popped those veins like I was saying. But he reached his personal boiling point, so that's what it does. Now, boiling point is very simple. Boiling point is whatever body build you have that turns on women sexually. Now, let me be clear. Now, I said from now on, I'm gonna promote getting muscular and all of that. I'm gonna always promote that. Well, I'm gonna always promote that, right? I'm gonna constantly promote that. But for you personally, you might not need to. And I'll just say that. And my point is, if you having trouble getting women, hit the gym. Try to put on some muscles if you having trouble. But if you on the slim side or you on the big man side and you still getting your dick sucked and women still getting wet, stay with it. Because that's the whole point. That's the key to body game. That's the key. What works for you? What works for you? And it's going to be different for every guy. It's going to be different for every single guy, right? Pop this on. Every guy is not going to be the same, right? Every guy is not going to be the same. It must be sunny out here because I got these glasses on, and these ain't regular shades. These are like, I forgot the term for it right quick. This type of glasses, they just, the lenses, they get darker as lights hits it, you know. So that's why if it's like a cloudy day or something, you can see my eyes clear. Very cool for me. I can look directly into the sun and don't worry about it. But anyway, boiling point is simple. Seriously, boiling point, that's where you want to get. Like, don't try to get to some place you might not be able to get, because there's still going to be some genetic aspects. Or don't try to look like somebody else. But everybody can put on some muscle. Now, one of the things I'm seeing is people think they got to specifically look like somebody. No, you just got to put on enough that works for you, because remember, women like different types. It's even with muscle. Because you got slimmer dudes, they can be more cut. In fact, slimmer dudes got an advantage. Wait a minute, they putting these up. Okay, I bet they come back this way. Anyway, slimmer dudes got an advantage. Oh, okay, they painting and stuff. I was like, okay, I thought they were about to do some more road work. But anyway, let me get to the slimmer dudes. I know y'all want to hear. Slimmer dudes actually got an advantage. It's easier for them to pop their abs. It's easier for them to pop their abs. And, you know, of course, you know, some women, they going to prefer abs. You know, also pop veins. I talked about, and I forgot the name of that. It was somebody of some woman of who's well known, well, at least in some circles, who was talking about loving those guys with those veins popping in their arms. Slimmer guys can actually do that. But even then, you still need to lift to even get that, to get those cuts like that. Because you can be skinny fat. There's some slim dudes, they still don't have any veins popping, and they still might have a little gut. You still got to work out no matter what. But even with that, you might find that one woman that likes skinny fat. Boiling point is simple. Don't try just to build up. Like in general, try to build muscle in general. But you pay attention as you building, pay attention to how women are responding. Like, don't think you got to have like 18-inch guns or you got to be 8% body fat. Don't get out of that. Because 8% body fat for one person might not work for the next. There are plenty of women out here, they like some meat on the guy. Shit, I like a few years ago dealt with this woman. I mean, and she was hot. And she told me straight up. And this was when I was, my body weight was more than what I am right now. And she looked me dead in the eye and said, I'm going to put 40 pounds on you. If I kept messing with her, she probably would. She could cook. She made a brother a plate. She made the brother a plate. I think I even shared it on IG. I was like, this is a few years, I think. I might have got rid of it because I ain't dealing with it. Generally, when I don't deal with the woman anymore, in general, or we not cool anymore, I just delete them. I don't have anything to prove anybody. So, anyway, right? She said she like big dudes. She like those brolic dudes, but some other women like something else. You know, boiling point is just simple. What body build do you have that turn women on? That get them out of their characters, who get them wet, who get them looking at you and say, I won't be needing these. But that's personal for each guy. And so you get feedback. All you have to do, look, first, here's the thing. Okay, you're not getting women now. That's the main thing body game is for. If you getting women now, regardless of your body build, you don't really need to follow body game because whatever you're doing apparently is working. But if you having trouble getting women, first thing you do is hit the gym. Hit the gym. That's the first thing. Oh, and let me throw something out for the metaphysicians. 2 words, root chakra. All right? But you hit the gym, you build your body up. You should at least get a woman's attention, cause a buzz in her or something. If you're not getting women. Now, what you want to do is just build your body, and then as you're building your body, pay attention how women respond to you. Like plenty of guys have hit me back and they say, yeah, I started hitting the waist more. I noticed my lady is starting to touch me more. Because, and let me say something about that. You can still get a woman without having a body that stands out. And what that just means is she likes you enough, even though you might not have that body that stands out, she still like you. She still got some feelings for you probably. But you might have to work harder to turn her on. A good body gets her wet right away. And there's been many guys, they might still have that lady. Well, 2 things with it. They might have that lady already, and all of a sudden they hit the gym, and the woman's like, yeah, dad. Yeah. All of a sudden, she ain't wearing those granny panties to bed anymore. Or got that mask on. All of a sudden, you hit the gym. You put on that muscle, your body looking better, or you lose weight, put on muscle, whatever you got to do. All of a sudden, instead of having like the bonnet on, that face mask, the granny panties and granny robe, you start getting that body right, she gonna be like, you gonna come home. First of all, you gonna like, wait a minute, you gonna hear that bath water running. She gonna have your favorite meal, everything. Shoot. Bath water running, and she gonna be doing it in a lingerie. She come home, she gonna have her hair fixed. She gonna shoot. Instead of those granny pants, she gonna have those thongs on. Might not have them, might just have that teddy. Walking around with her ass out. Shit. Yeah. You be like, oh snap. Oh snap. But at the same time, if you don't keep your body up, like say you got her and your body was in, she liked your body, she was turned on. All of a sudden, you start putting on some weight. Now, women will do some little bit of stuff to mark their territory. So if you get a little bit of gut, don't worry about that. I'm going to talk about that in a future video. That'll be a more fun video because I was talking, a lady commented yesterday talking about how, like, I think she said it was in Brazil, they'll feed that guy and everything. I was like, shit, they do that all over. That's how they mark their territory. Feed him and then put his clothes out for him. And the clothes ain't going to be that clothes that, like, draw attention. I'm actually going to talk about that. So, yeah, she might give you a little bit of a gut. Little bit. Just a little bit. Just tiny. A lot of women like that, right? Just to mark her territory a bit. But you still gotta have those guns though. You still need those guns and stuff. You still gotta have the rest. And like I say, just a little bit, just a little bit, right? But if you get just a lot, or your body changed a whole lot, and all of a sudden she was wearing that lingerie to bed and everything, playing the music, got that perfume on. All of a sudden, she started putting on those granny panties. She ain't as excited anymore. It's body. See, the key to boiling point, think about it. You getting her hot. You starting to boil. Your boiling point is whatever bodies you got, whatever body build that gets the most attention. Like if you hitting the gym, you really working on your body, shoot, you can get feedback you can get feedback in the gym. Like say you start in the gym, you working out hard, right? And you might not have much. And you might see some women in there and they don't even pay attention to you. But then one day you just doing like a regular set or whatever, all of a sudden they looking. They be like, you catch them looking, they can have their back to you, but there's a mirror there. They looking through the mirror and everything. All of a sudden, you walking through. Now, she seen you in there for 3 months, ain't said shit to you. Walk right past you, won't say shit. All of a sudden, you walking in and stuff, she be like, hey. You know? All of a sudden, you get some smiles you didn't get at first. Oh, that's feedback right there. Shoot, you go out in public, your normal places and stuff. Shoot, you go into the grocery store to get something. Shit, getting you some food or something. You go into the grocery store, cashier, she usually say it high anyway, because part of the job being kind of friendly. All of a sudden, it's a longer conversation. All of a sudden, before it'd be like, oh, thank you, sir. You have a good day. She ain't even look it up. All of a sudden, she's like, hey, how you doing today? Oh, things going good for you? Yeah. Oh, this weather. All of a sudden, she got the longer conversations. Some of the bolder ones, they'll just straight up ask you, say, hey, you looking good. You been lifting? Oh, man. That's boiling point. See, think about it like this. Here's a way of thinking about it. Now, I always use the example of male exotic dancers, right? If you look at how women jump around when they see them, like just look up videos, see if you can find videos of live Magic Mike shows. Look how the women do. They smiling, they jumping around, they twitching and all of that. As you go out, as you work on your body, pay attention to that. Pay attention how women are being friendlier to you. Pay attention how they move around you, how they looking at you. That's boiling point. That's boiling point. That's what you want to reach. And like I said, don't try to be someone else, because you got some guys, I'm going to use that 8% body fat thing, right? Now, I think the lowest I ever got in my life was 10%, right? And, got some play then. But I've also had it way higher than that. Still got my dick sucked, but I had to have some game. The range for me is like in the teens. Maybe I say in the teens. That's more my boiling point. That's more my boiling point. Like the women more receptive when they looking at me more. They bump into you more. You know that they're interested. They moved. And I'm going to tell you what, here's a signal that you know. Because you know what, it's funny. I'm going to talk about this on my... I'm actually going to talk about this on an episode of Rom TV. Because I have a series on there. It's called Reading, Choosing Signals, and Receptiveness. I'm going to put a link for that in the description box. Because a lot of guys don't be reading, choosing, they think just because a woman looking, and I got my most recent episode actually covers that. They think just because a woman looking at them, they interested. That's a choosing signal. Women look at everybody. They can look at you and think you're ugly. And not in a good way. Not ugly sexy either, like ugly. Then they give you a quick glance. Or they could look at you and say, girl, I saw this jacked up looking dude. You could be the clown. But one sure way, I'm going to get into this in a future episode, how close do they stand to you? See, that's something else too. Even with women that you already know. How close do they stand to you? Like, if a woman is not turned on by you, if she's not feeling you, she will work hard to keep her physical distance. She ain't gonna come in your boundary. Understand that. That's the best key. How close is she standing? how touchy is she going to be? You know? I remember I started working out at this one gym. I had one of the trainers, man. She was touching my shoulders and stuff, like first day meeting her. I'm like, okay. Could have got with her too, honestly. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You want to pay attention to. That's a sign of boiling point, especially because they can't help themselves if they touch it. I told about the time I was in a grocery store. I was in a grocery store. Only had a few things in my hand. This woman, she was actually in front of me, and she had a whole lot more things. She said, "Yeah, you can go in front of me." And I said, "Okay." I went in front of her. Why she started rubbing my back? I mean, and not just like a tap on the back. She was like, "Ladies like my back." I had a woman lick my back one time. She said, "Rom, I've never done this before. Turn over on your stomach." She started licking my back. I was like, shit. Oh, snap. But it was body game. It's body game, yo. But that was boiling point. I didn't know it at the time because I didn't think about the concept, and I was just getting into body game when that happened. But I had reached boiling point at that point. When a woman shows lust around, when women start showing that they lust you, when they want to be friendly, when they want to touch, like, that's still the best sign. Because women, better than her looking at you or something. If the woman's touchy, and even that you got to read though, real quick. Because you got to, like, if you're in a social circle and a woman's touchy with you, but not everybody else, she's interested. If she's touchy with everybody, don't mean anything. So even with that, pay attention. But in general, most of the time, if a woman is touchy, she's turned on by you. You know, if she's standing all close up on you and everything. In fact, that woman, I said, they licked my back. Reason we got together, because we're in the same social circle. She literally got in my space. I mean, like, as close as my hand, and she got this close to me. And every time a woman has done that, I'd be like, fuck it, they that close? Shoot. I remember I was on a retreat. And this woman, we in the kitchen and stuff, and she got all close. So I kissed her. We in the kitchen. I just kissed her. She tried to play shy at first. I went in for a second kiss. I was like, okay. But we were in bed. We were in bed that whole time. Yeah. But I knew from how close she was standing. See, like I said, those who talk about choosing signals, all of that, that's the best one. How close is she standing to you? If she stays outside of 3 feet, if she talking with you and she kind of keep a distance, she ain't interested. If she all up in your face, like up in your face, that's a strong indication. Strong. And even then, like I said, sometimes you get some women, they in everybody's face. So pay attention. Is she in your face but not everybody else's? Like, and let me give y'all some game on that. Whenever you're in a social circle, it could be any place, and a woman real friendly to you, in general, pay attention how she is with everybody else. So if you notice she's got the same body language, everything with everybody else, don't think anything of it. If she's all touchy with you in your space, in your 3-foot boundary, but not everybody else, okay, there you go. There you go. And that's it. That's key. Let me tell you why, though, man. That's really key. But it's still your boiling point. What works for you? Find your best body ultimately. Like I said, I'm still gonna say it's better if you got some muscular definition. It just is better if you can get that. Overall, in general. But for yourself individually, you gotta see what works for you. So if you slim and the women going crazy, that's all you need. That's all you need. Because, let me say this. At the end of the day, I'm presenting a philosophy, I'm presenting a perspective. But at the end of the day, you got to develop your own game. Like, let me use the example of basketball. A basketball coach can say, hey, they can give you some basics. Right? How to, dribble, the general mechanics of shooting and everything. blocking out your footwork and everything, right? Shout out Master Teacher BGS. He had been a basketball coach. He said, yeah, you got to work on those little things, the basics. All right. But at the end of the day, everybody got their own game. Some people, they got that 3-point shot. They got that 3-point shot. Some people don't have a shot at all, an outside shot, but they can take it to the basket like crazy. I've seen some players at the college level, record level, pickup games. They can take it to the hoop. But if you say shoot that shot, they can't do it. Some people got a little bit of a shot. I remember that there was a point guard that played in the Big East like years ago. That dude wouldn't shoot to save his life, but he rattled off 10 assists. That was his game. So it's the same thing with body game. Don't think you have to have a specific body, because muscles are general. Somebody can be muscular, like have muscular arms, but with a bicep, they measure them as 15 inches. But then somebody else can be muscular with muscular arms, and you measure their biceps, they 22 inches. Now, they both muscular, they just different things, but they good for what they are. See, you got to look for your personal boiling point. Your personal. You can't force everything else. You can't be, because you can only go so far with your genetics anyway. Don't think you automatically, like if you get these guys out here say, they be like, well, you gotta have 8% body fat, no, bullshit. Because it depends on the woman. Like I told about that, there was that one website. Now, it was showing only white guys in there, right? And how women responded to different body types. First of all, none of them got 100%. Women like different types. In fact, the dude who was the body type that was the most cut, the most muscular, only got like 2%. The most cut, the most muscular only got 2%. And then, like I said, it was a bunch of white guys. And I remember this dude on a website, a message board, was talking about that. And he said he showed that thing saying to some sisters, and they were like, where's Thor? Because the sisters like some thicker brothers in general. Now, real quick, I know some people always come up when I'll say something like that. Well, what about those women with those crack-looking guys? Okay, that's them, but we're talking in general terms. Don't use the exceptions or one or two instances as the norm. And even then, you get some women, they turned on by like those guys who kind of veiny, got the abs showing. So it's like, it's different. It depends on the woman. Then that comes down to your tribe. Which women, see, that's the important thing with boiling point. Which women are being boiled by your presence? That's the key. Your presence. Because I already know. I take one look at a woman, I already know. No matter what. It never fails with me. I was like, okay, that's the body build of women who generally go for what I'm presenting. Generally go for it. And I'm good with that. That's the overall point of body game and everything. Getting your body right. See, let me go deeper. When we hit puberty, our body changes. And our body really builds, through our DNA. Well, let me back up and present this better. Okay, it's hard to do Professor Rom in the car, because y'all know how I flow in here, but I'll try to give you Professor Rom. When you hit puberty, male or female, your body changes, right? Your body is really changing to be the optimal to attract somebody to you to reproduce. Because actually, despite all the negativity about teenage pregnancies and stuff, the best time for human beings to mate is in their teen years. That's when they're at their optimal body. That's when women have their best bodies. In fact, that's why teenage girls, they can pop out a baby without any pain. Because they built for it. That's when the guys got really their highest natural amount of testosterone. And not the primal thing, and not talking about men get older and get money and stuff. His shit is more pure, more clean when he's young. And that's when he'll start, his voice will change, his body will start to like fill out and everything. That's the ultimate thing. That's the closest to your DNA. Whatever the DNA blueprint is, that's always your best body. That's your ultimate body. Now, of course, realistically, most people can't maintain that. Let's just be real. Most people can't maintain that. But the closest you can stay to it, the closest you can be the most optimal, boom, it hits. And, you know, that's a primal thing. That's just simply a primal thing. You know? And it's just natural. You know, it's the body. It's the body. Because the body changes. If the body didn't matter, the body wouldn't change. You know, women, they get the breasts and, you know, those hips start to round out and everything. And, you know, the man, the balls drop. His voice starts to change. He's at the optimal. His optimal body build and everything. So, but as you get older, you know, that's going to change. So the closest you can come back to that optimal, the better. The closest you come back to that optimal, the better. Is that my body? So that's the key. That's the key. But the whole thing is boiling points. You want to heat them up. So, and everything I said in here, like, and real quick, because somebody say, well, how do I reach boiling point? Did you fucking listen? I just told you. And I told you how women respond. Because real quick, let me go on and change it real quick. A lot of guys need to just listen. Because you get some guys, they see the title and they listen to a little bit. And then they ask some questions. And first of all, let me stop you. I don't really have time to, like, some people who haven't seen any support. And a lot of people like to ask random questions. I can check it, I can acknowledge, I can read the comment, but y'all don't know how busy I stay, because sometimes I'm reading the comment while I'm editing a video, so I'm doing two things at one time. All right? And so don't ask some basic stuff. Sometimes just listen to the full video. Either listen to the full video or do a search through my archive. Because really, I'm not saying anything new. I've talked about this, and I'm going to keep talking about it. There's only so much you can really say. Now, I'll say it different ways and everything, but, you know, got so many videos out. You know, the reality is every question, I probably answered it. And plus, I got plenty of stuff. I got it in my books. If you go through my description box, I got books. Plenty of on-demand videos. The Game Kings webinar, seminars. Both the Game Kings 1 documentary, Game Kings 2 seminar. That's in the description box. A couple things with Pimp God. That's in the box. A whole bunch of on-demand videos. My other websites, everything. I got to just start looking. Okay? Just scan through them. Hell, you can go to my Vimeo on demand. You don't even have to join. You don't even have to join or even buy anything. Just go through the titles. They all got descriptions. Just look for it all of them in the description box. All right, so, you know, don't ask some basic question when you could probably answer it yourself. I do that so I don't have to answer it all the time, especially if it's basic. Especially if I see it from somebody I haven't seen that name on there before. I just got too much to do, y'all. Seriously, I got too much to do. So anyway, I gotta go in here and get some vittles. Y'all. But I'm gonna tell you what, though, man. Seriously, just work it. That's the easiest thing. It hits them on a primal level. You know, and just to be clear, you know his boiling point by how the woman responds. You know his boiling point. Shoot, once you know that woman is giving you that look, shoot, you can seduce. It's not even seduction. She already seduced. All you have to do is don't blow it. That's why I get the body right. If you having trouble, get your body right. Now, if you're doing all right with whatever body build you got, you ain't nothing to say. You good. That's your boiling point. Or you got some great game, whatever you got. All right. So anyway, that's all I got. I've been like really pushing a lot of stuff lately. I stay busy. People don't realize. Y'all see these little videos, but I got stuff to do outside of this. That's why I like, and that's what I was saying, like about answering like just little basic questions and shit, man. I don't have time, you know. Because one of the things with that is you get started there, people can't just let it go. You got a lot of guys who think, you know, they ain't talking to anybody else. They want to engage in conversation. I don't have time, you know. If you want a conversation with me bad enough, hell, hit me privately. I'll tell you how much I charge for consultations. You got to pay for my time. That's just it. So anyway, though, that's all I got for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.